To all of you Grand Cross fans, I swear when it comes to Grand Cross, we may be winning in the game. But when it comes to the anime, why do we get like the crappiest animes? Like, I swear, I have no idea why this happens. Now listen, okay, we play Grand Cross, we enjoy that. At some point, this will probably come to the game, we know that's gonna happen. And hopefully when it comes to the game, we have actually better animation than what this looks like. Now, you may have different opinions, okay? You can lean on either side, I can see that happening. Let me show this to you. Let me show this to you. Also, for potential copyright reasons, I'll be like kind of cutting here and there into the trailer, so it's like in a different order, and it'll be a little bit all over the place, but you'll still see enough to understand this. So what happened was, here's the background: Seven Deadly Sins, Grudge of Edinburgh trailer has dropped. The official teaser part 2. We had the first teaser. We didn't really see much of the art style. We just had the confirmation. It is CGI based, okay? And Netflix CGI, that is some hot turd right there, dude. A lot of the time, it is hot turd. Now, if you recently saw it, I think Trigun. Okay, that's also something with Netflix, or that's in CGI, right? That's what I know right now. And it didn't look half bad. So when I saw that, I'm like, all right, I know that, you know, Grudge of Edinburgh is in the same format. What's gonna happen? They went beyond my expectations and blew it up. As in, it's turd. So first thing, here's a little bit of a horror sequence. We have like Tristan, you know, I don't think you know who that is if you've read the manga. If you don't, where have you been for the last, like, what, a year almost? So there's that little bit of a choppy animation there. We have an overview of the land over here. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Again, Tristan riding on a horse here. I'm so sorry, but this animation is just not for me, fam. It's not for me. Again, based on the manga, The Seven Deadly Sins, by the author, obviously we know who that is. Here, again, we're getting a little bit of a look here, and if you see it, I'll try and pause it in the, like when I edit it. The CGI on like the bird cages for like the fairies, I don't know, bro. I can't stand that type of thing, so I don't know how it's gonna work for me. This entire thing. We have like a running little scene right here. We have a Tristan fighting sequence. Okay, not really terrible. This like, again, if you've seen Grand Cross animation, let me like play the Grand Cross thing, right? You've seen this. This is the opening for Grand Cross, right? It's not disgustingly bad, right? With this, it's like that same style. I expected it like a big jump of what it was usually. I could just be complaining at air. I really could. But this is not my cup of tea, fam. I've seen a few people, and a good amount of people rather, say, hey, it's not half bad. You know, you're too much expectations. I don't know, bro. They could have just went with like partial CGI, partial animation regularly. But they chose full CGI, full everything. Like, our Ragnarok trailer. Remember Ragnarok? Look at this, okay? Ragnarok had better animation than this thing. I don't know, man. I think that A1 Pictures did a great job. I think that's who animated originally. I don't know. I don't like this. I genuinely don't like this. But moving forward, okay, we'll show you like the little fight sequence here. You can kind of see, it looks like a video game when you see this like part right here. And the funniest part about all of this, right? I actually thought that the fight sequence didn't look half bad, okay? Hate on me right now if you think so, right? I thought this looked really cool, and then it ruined me when I saw what Elizabeth looks like. And not even just Elizabeth, okay? I'm gonna pause it here. This is what Elizabeth looks like, right? Okay, you seeing it, beautiful. And then it goes to King in like a weird shot. And then he just also just, I don't know, man. I already know that a lot of this movie is not gonna even look that good. And again, I'm mainly making this video for Grand Cross, but somehow I managed to talk for 4 minutes crapping on the anime's animation. I'm so sorry, but I don't know, man. I don't know what this is, bro. I love Seven Deadly Sins. I'll watch this regardless. But like, bro, can we get like solid animation? Like, look at this. So many things got announced recently. We got this. Why? Again, at the end here, we have the entire opening, or like the image. It says The Seven Deadly Sins, Grudge of Edinburgh, Part 1. So it'll be a 2-part thing. Hopefully in Part 2 it's actually better animation. I doubt it, but again, it will be releasing on Netflix December 2022. There you go. That is what we currently have for the entire release date of this, which isn't half bad. And now for all the Grand Cross people that really care about that mainly, remember, this is going to be a part of the game, okay? We are going to see this in both Origin and in Grand Cross. They've already put it into an interview. They said they have plans to, after the story ends, to jump straight into this. And even beforehand, right? Origin is going to follow the events of Seven Deadly Sins apparently, and then follow the events of Tristan. So I really wonder how both things are going to work and how they're going to do everything. With this, it wouldn't make sense to see Tristan before the story ends. But remember, we're approaching that point to where this will happen. Again, I don't think they're going to do some collaboration or anything like that around December. We'll probably see an event like this in-game. We're still waiting on the third movie. Remember, that's like an entire thing. The third movie still hasn't had its release. So once that happens, we'll then see this. It'll work out accordingly. So there are things left of the game that we're still waiting for. Actually, I meant the second movie, not the third movie. I wish there was 3 movies. This is the third movie, right? And I wish this wasn't a movie. So you see how things change? But with it again, 7 Deadly Sins Origin will mainly have Tristan, all of that. But Grand Cross will too. So in the future, it will happen. And again, they'll probably gauge the hype of how the anime does. It would have done so much better if it had good animation. Hence why I'm also really salty. But with it, again, it'll probably, when the manga, like when they animate the manga, right? When we get the anime for that, the entire anime adaptation, that, if it is handled properly, it will drum up a lot of hype in Grand Cross if Netmarble handles it properly, where they like release the characters, they do like a collaboration event with that, and it would work out perfectly. Okay, they shift to 4 Nights of Apocalypse, and that is the next content for Grand Cross. Once the main story ends, that is gonna be a big thing, right? So again, if you're scared the game's gonna die, shut down, whatever, it's not happening. Netmarble's still making in really good revenue for the amount of effort they do put in. So they're doing really good with it. And then again, you have 4 Nights Apocalypse to adapt. You still have the movie to adapt, or the third one, or second one. And you still have the vampire stuff. That's still not adapted. And again, it was like leaked in a beta app that was already done. They had it worked on. They already had Gilda and all those vampires already made as units to release at a later time. We still haven't gotten that. So there's a lot of that sort of content still remaining. And we will probably start seeing that real soon into the game as we approach, you know, the kind of, if you want to quote unquote say, end game of the anime, right, where it's like almost over. We are in the final season, I think, now. So with it, we'll see how they plan everything and how they do everything. But with this announcement now, we can again probably see it really soon. Again, not this year, but you could start seeing information around both Origin with Tristan, all of that, early next year, right? So that's how it's going to go. Origin also has a planned release date for that time. So again, both games will get this content, which is great to see. Let's just continue to wait, yeah? But again, before I leave, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What do you think? Do you disagree with me? Again, you could have your own opinion. You could like love this animation. This is your cup of tea. Again, I don't know. I really thought they would like do it a little bit better, but you know, I don't like it as much. But I'll still watch it. I complain as much as I want to. I'll still watch it. I'll still enjoy it. The last movie that I watched, right? It's the what's the name of it? I don't know the name of it, but it was a good movie. Like the animation wasn't half bad. I don't care what anybody says on that one. It wasn't half bad. I enjoyed it. I was like, all right, this is fine. I think it's because I watched the like the anime before it, and I wasn't too much of a fan of it. Like the animation was still pretty bad. Again, it was tolerable. I was okay with it, but with this, I don't know. It's just not my forte. So I'll see how that goes. Again, Grand Cross animation is still, in my opinion, superior. So again, this looks like just Grand Cross, but a little bit worse. That's in my opinion. Okay, so with it, again, we'll see when this content actually arrives to the game. Our game should be fine. Hopefully, it doesn't die beforehand. But Origin releases around early next year. This content will probably hit the game sometime next year. It could be mid-year, it could be early next year, it could be anywhere around that. This movie drops in December, so they could plan something with the game. They could not. We'll see later on when it happens. So thank you for watching. Have fun. Take care. Stay safe. And I'm out.